Blog Talk Radio.
But it was a Spike Lee joint. May have been School Days, if I'm not mistaken, where they actually brought that to the forefront about the difference between the light skin and the dark skin. And which is why I always promote, I don't indulge in hate. I wouldn't suggest anybody does for that very reason, because hate doesn't care what it hates. I mean, if you instill that in someone, they're going to find reasons to hate, something, and that's
right.
just the way it is. But also with that being said, I remember back in the day, until I learned about my hair, in its natural state, about nappy hair, your hair is kinky and things of that nature, and, that's not good hair. Well, who said it's not good hair? There's a lot of scientific studies on what black people's hair does, as far as I know. One of the main things is that you can't attract light, which is a bug that gets in, that's actually a hair bug or a scalp bug. I'm not for sure how they would classify it, so please don't quote me on it. But, I'm not quite sure how they classify it, but it is a bug that gets in the hair and the scalp, and it lives there, and it can cause problems. But you won't find this in most black people's hair. As a matter of fact, they usually end up dying if they do make it to the hair. But all of these beliefs and things come from, like you said earlier, a source. And, it's just crazy.
We perpetuate it in our own community now.
Oh, yeah. I will agree.
Tell my mom all the time, don't call my son's hair that. Like, his hair is fine.
Yeah. Oh, I caught a lot of flack, not trying to give a description of what I look like, but I caught a lot of flack for getting dreads. My age, how old I am, people thought I was trying to be young, or thought I had I forgot what it is, I guess a midlife crisis. And in actuality, no, none of that was the case. It's like you always get suspected of other things other than maybe there's another underlying meaning. But it wasn't the case. Basically I had to explain to people, like, no, I wear these dreads for a reason. I was told by people who were from Jamaica or even from the islands, not just tied to just Jamaicans, because people of the islands all over, they wear this style. And I remember explaining it to them. I was like, I was taught by a Jamaican that, the longer the dread, the closer you are to God. And which that belief comes from ancient Africa because of their belief in how the sun blessed our hair based on how coarse it was. It takes a lot of energy to curl something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why, I
There's
chose
a lot
scientifically
behind that, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We believe me, we can conversate just on hair alone.
Energy in. And let's not even forget that the military did experiments on Native American people. They were much more attuned spiritually to what was going on around them and with their people and with their land. It would be much harder to sneak up on them after they cut their hair. They were given permission by the military to keep their hair long after the military did these experiments on them because it affected their ability to do their jobs correctly. It affected their ability to protect themselves. And nobody ever talks about that. But why do they make the military people cut their hair otherwise if they know, if they've done tests and they show these things? And maybe it's because they don't want you to be closer to God in that way. They don't want you thinking for yourself.